You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back, Rodriguez, for Black and White Sports. Well, we're trying to get to the bottom of who exactly canceled the NFL game that was on Monday Night Football between the Bengals and the Bills. And there's been a lot of controversy around that because ESPN is saying that the NFL kept going back to the fact that that game was going to start up. Now, I think most people of any sound mind believe that the game should not have been played Monday night. Now, should it have probably been played sometime that week? Absolutely. I think they should have made, one way or another, they should have played that game so they did not get into the utter mess they had involving coin flips and now the AFC Championship game, maybe a neutral site, and all these kind of things, or at least deferred to winning percentage. You get the point. They got around to having to do rule changes, and the entire city of Cincinnati was furious, and so was Zach Taylor, because he was like, well, we probably would have just played had we known we were going to be competitively affected. Well, the NFL, Troy Vincent, their VP, the second person in command next to Roger Goodell, race baiter, by the way. He's the one that made the slavery comment at the NFL owners meetings 2 weeks ago. He come out and he eviscerated Joe Buck and ESPN. Oh, no, the league never did act like anybody was going to give a 5-minute warm-up or the 10-minute warm-up, or we've heard 5 and 10 minutes. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that at all. Except we're finding out that it looks like the NFL was going to play that game. They were going to resume that game. It was the Bengals and the Bills as two teams together that decided to not play it. The NFL, it looks like they may have wanted their bread. They may have wanted that advertising money. They may have wanted those ratings. This is interesting. This is, and more so, what it really does is it looks like Troy Vincent is lying to people. He's lying to everybody about what really happened here. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from all of this, is he's trying to blow more smoke up people's asses. This is Outkick. NFL team official eviscerates Troy Vincent for Damar Hamlin indecision. Wrong person, wrong position, wrong time. So it sounds like he couldn't even make a decision. Interesting. We're still hearing different versions of the story about what exactly happened in the hour or so after Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field against the Bengals when it comes to the decision-making process to suspend the game. During the broadcast, both ESPN and ESPN Deportes reported that players were given a 5-minute warm-up period before the game was set to resume. The NFL has denied the report about a 5-minute warm-up period, with NFL Vice President of Operations Troy Vincent claiming, quote, "It never crossed our mind to talk about warming up to resume play." No, not so fast. Now, an anonymous high-ranking team official from either the Bills or the Bengals is calling out Vincent and the NFL, claiming their denial about resuming the game is bogus. It's a lie. The league did not cancel the game. There it is. Somebody from either the Bills or the Bengals flat told ESPN the Bills and the Bengals canceled the game. The league, and this is a quote, the league did not cancel the game. Quote, the league screws this shit up because Troy Vincent screws this stuff up, the official said. That's the wrong person in the wrong position at the absolute wrong time. In other words, he's not qualified for that kind of responsibility with something going on that's serious. Huh. Roger Goodell's got a flunky. Is he going to fire him? Hell no, he's not going to fire him. That's a black dude. There's no way in hell Roger Goodell's going to fire him, because the mainstream media would seek and destroy Roger's virtue signaling ass. He wants to be a hero, but he will never take any accountability. That's him to a T. Wow, Troy Vincent dropped the ball here. The anonymous team official did give credit to NFL Chief Football Administrator Don Aponte as being the middleman between coaches and referees. The official said Aponte was receiving, quote, crazy nonsense from the NFL Command Center, but held things together while communicating with coaches, referees, and Vincent. The game was ultimately suspended 66 minutes after Hamlin collapsed on the field and was officially canceled late last week. Vincent addressed the media after the decision was made to suspend the game and stuck to his story about there never being a directive for players to start warming up again. But the anonymous team official and ESPN are both calling bullshit, in other words, for a more laid-back, commoner way of saying it. They're calling bullshit. The NFL and Troy Vincent looks like they most certainly wanted to play this game. It was like, oh, get Damar Hamlin on that ambulance. He's on the ambulance. Y'all might want to start stretching. Hey, these quarterbacks might want to start throwing the ball around a little bit. We're going to kick this game back off. And you know, the thing about it is, whether the NFL did or didn't is one thing. My issue is the NFL lying about it and Troy Vincent lying about it. I mean, that's a bad look. It is a terrible look. The responsible thing to have done would have been to postpone the game for the night. Now, I do think they should have probably played it on Tuesday or played it on Thursday and figured out what to do about the playoffs, et cetera, et cetera. In other words, I feel like you should always play all the games on your slate. I do believe that, and I don't like how the league dropped the ball handling it afterwards. But oh no, Troy Vincent, you're not sliding on this because it looks like you are a liar. It looks like the NFL is a liar. And if it wasn't for this Don Aponte situation, this person making sure they didn't relay a bunch of crap that was coming from the NFL Command Center and Vincent, they would have had a massive mess on their hands. Can you imagine? Because it was pretty much unanimous. And a lot of people were saying that the NFL waited to call the game because the NFL was gauging social media response as to whether or not the game should have been canceled or canceled for the night. And the Bills and Bengals weren't, they didn't give a shit about social media. They didn't give a shit about reaction. They cared about that player that was out there that nearly died, and they said, we're not going to play tonight. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, but with Troy Vincent, Roger Goodell involved, nothing surprises me with those two clowns at all. There's a good chance there's going to be some clown hair in the thumbnail on this. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.